Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I know it's been a very long time since I've last uploaded, but I'm back here and we're going to review Gene today and also some CPTA because those are my two big winners for the day. Everything else it's not really worth talking about basically. Just a few losses, a little win, and another loss. So we're gonna look at GENE first off. And so let me get to my good old chart page. So this thing actually, we're going to go over news. So this morning it had news. It had some solid news, which is provides update on COVID-19 disease severity test. So it provided a quick update on its COVID testing. And it seemed like it was very good news, solid news. I actually have not read the actual press release, but the market reacted very well to this. I had this on my radar from pre-market because it was gapping up with solid news. So I kept this on my radar. And if we look at my trades, which let me make this a little bigger. So if you guys want to look at my trades, maybe like screenshot, like stop the video right now and just look at it, you can. This is a very clear view of my trades. So we'll look at the 1 minute chart, and basically pre-market, we kind of just like the news release 8 a.m., the huge volume spike, and then we kind of ran up. I don't play things pre-market. I tend to just watch because I find there's a lot less liquidity and I do not want to get stuck. I figure my odds of losing during pre-market are much higher than my odds of losing during normal hours. So I tend to not really trade pre-market. But I kept this on my radar because we bumped up, we ramped up, and then we consolidated for a while this morning. I really like this consolidation phase. And we had a morning dip, which I didn't love it, but I still kept it on my radar because when things tend to dip on the market open, the first few minutes of market open, like the first 1 or 2 minutes, very volatile. A lot of traders are just like buying and selling just like straight up because they have orders made to execute at exactly market open. So there's a lot of volatility directly in the first few minutes. So we usually see a quick spike or a quick dip for most stocks. And Gene this morning dipped, quickly found a bottomed out, recovered right back up. And I actually added on this miniature flag right here because let me see if I can get a quick little, a better view of this where my buys are in the way. So we have another 1 minute chart right here. And we're going to focus on the first few minutes. So what I was seeing here is we sold off, quick little dip, bumped right back up, and we had a quick little flag. Like I figured here, if this goes, the odds of this going lower, not that great because we already had the first dip and it already recovered right back to where it was pre-market. So I decided to take a quick entry here at 279, about 280. I took an entry around 280 right here on this candlestick. And I was basically just looking for a quick little breakout because I figured that this thing could have a quick little run right into market open. Because as you guys see, it's 935, which I was right. I didn't hold for the entire move because as you can see, entered 280, started selling right before it was it reached its, well, not even right before it reached that. Hold up. I sold all my shares at 295. So I made a quick 15 cents per share, which is pretty solid. 8,400 shares, pretty solid there. And as you guys can see, I actually re-added back at 299 because this thing, I didn't really think it was going to break right above its pre-market high. Initially, I thought it would kind of like maybe like ramp up a little bit, just a quick spike, sell back off, consolidate a little bit, then ramp up and break pre-market high. So this thing caught me off guard. So once I had this play, I kind of just like chilled for a little bit, but I realized that it really wanted to break 3 because as you guys can see, I added here, sold in this candle. Huge volume increase on the break of 3. So as I was seeing this, it was holding right above. It was riding this 8 EMA, the blue line. I was really confident that it could push over 3. So I entered with more shares at $3 and quickly just kind of like scaled out. Like I was in and out. That's one of my rules. So I'm playing a scalp over like a major resistance level. I kind of just go in and out because I'm not trying to risk anything, because there tends to be a breakout level, and sometimes the stock will break over. It'll be trading at like 305 to 308, and then it just quickly sells right back off. That could have happened. I didn't want to get stuck, so I sold my shares 308 and 310. And that was my first trade of the day, basically. Pretty solid, pretty solid. But this thing was just a monster. Let's just say that. I didn't hit like any of its move, but I'm happy with my gains. So after that first trade, we're looking. I was still had it on watch because there's a massive amount of volume coming through. If you look at the daily chart, which let me pull up a quick daily chart really quick. We're at a 52-week high, like major 52-week high. We're at 175 million shares of volume that were traded. And that's absurd because the day that compares is actually 30 million. And I think at this time in the morning, we weren't close to 30 million. I think we were like substantially there. Like we had a couple million, like maybe 10 million, but we weren't at 30 million yet. But this was a major amount of volume for Gene. So I had this on watch as one of my top watches because of its just amazing volume. And so basically what I noticed is we had a little flag that formed from 940 to about 957. There was a little flag that kind of formed. It was holding the VWAP. The VWAP was acting as a major support on the 1 minute. And I just was keeping this on watch basically. And if we look, hold up. I actually did not take any trades there. I was keeping this on watch, didn't take any trades because, excuse me, because I've been playing things a lot safer. Let's just say that because the past few weeks we've been experiencing a lot less volume and a lot less follow through recently. And I've been trying to play things safe because even though this could be perceived as a cup and handle play right here from 8:40 in the morning to about a little bit before 10 a.m. This could be perceived as cup and handle. The cup here, the handle formed there. I didn't play this because I wasn't as confident as I usually am. And I regret it. I regret not playing it because if we look at the 5 minute, the 5 minute looks even better than the 1 minute. Just that cup right there. Even though it broke to a new high here, it just looks great. It looks very good. So could have played this. If you guys identify this, you could have easily got an entry close to VWAP and basically just rode for a new high a day because cup and handle patterns are gold right there. They are gold. But I identified it. I just didn't play. Not confident, like I said. So I kind of was just watching this thing, and you can see like there was another consolidation phase after the cup and handle formation when it broke above. Kind of was just consolidating here. I had some little scalps going on. Nothing really major, nothing serious. But my other big play here was actually around 10:25 to 10:30. And this here, what I was noticing is, so we actually, since we broke above the cup and handle pattern, we broke above there. And to a new high. We had a new high at 9:58 around 10 a.m. We kind of consolidated. We sold off below the 20 EMA, which is the yellow line. But I was trying to find where a solid support would form. And I was noticing that this orange line, which is the 50 EMA, it was actually holding up very well. Very, very well. And if you look on the 5 minute, the 50 EMA is basically the same as the 8 EMA on the 5 minute. So this thing was riding the 8 EMA in the 5 minute. And I basically took my entry off that thesis, off that. It would bounce off the 8 EMA, ride back up, and I would sell. So I was looking for a high day push here. And as you guys can see, my first entry, 348. I got some more 360, 376. And the 376 was actually a little further up in time, but we're looking here, 348, 10,000 shares. So added 10,000 shares, 348, started scaling, 360 a little before high a day, 370, 380, and then On the other candlestick, a few minutes later, after I decided to add just a tiny bit more shares, had my final scale 367, which, yeah, it was lower than 380, but I got my high day push, broke high day, started selling on the ask, got that nice little push there. And the reason I was selling a little bit before high day is because I wasn't extremely confident in this thing. As I was saying earlier, we've been experiencing a lot less momentum recently in the market, and I'm trying to play more conservatively, more safe, because I don't want to risk as much. Because before, as of like in June, things would look like they're about to run. Like, what I mean by look like is they'd set up with a cup and handle, nice cup and handle, and it would break out, see new highs. But what we've been seeing recently this month is it would set up, break out, but barely break out, and kind of just sell back below and sell off. I really want to just secure my profits because my goal for the month for July is honestly just play it safe, hit my daily goal, which is $2,000 for the day. And as you guys can see, I surpassed that by over 3 times. So trading conservatively, although you leave out a lot of gains, it's smart. Just make a nice little profit and you'll be golden. You don't need to make 10 grand, 20 grand a day. Like, consistency is all that matters in my books. But as we can see, my final play was around 10:30. This thing ran hard until lunchtime, exactly 12 almost. And if we look on the 5-minute chart, it's basically just one of those AEMA riders. So we don't see moves like this very frequently. There's no way we could have predicted this, and I wouldn't have even. I did not think this was possible in the market that we're trading in right now. I didn't think it would go to $7. I didn't think it was going to ride the 8 EMA on the 5-minute 8 EMA from literally market open to 12. Like, that was just, I did not expect that, but that's exactly what happened. So if you guys were looking for more entries on this, you could have easily just scalped this thing every time it touches the 8 EMA on the 5-minute. Just buy in. Maybe if you're trying to play conservatively, you buy in, sell quickly for a quick gain. Because as you guys can see, like, you could have had an entry around 390, easily an entry in 390 around 10:55, 11, and then this 5-minute candlestick, it went all the way up to 420. So let's look at the 1 minute. So we're looking at 10:55. So 10:55, we're going here, and 10:55, you guys easily could have gotten an entry around this level because you guys can see there's a major support level being created. People, they're not letting it go below. And even though it did dip below on this 10:56 candlestick on the 1 minute, it got eaten up. This wick just basically, what it says to me is buyers came in, they stepped in and took that dip. So people were buying this, instantly shot up 440s. You guys I could have easily gotten this 390-ish entry, held for a high day move, start scaling on the ask, or you could have just bought in here and sold right above 4 if you want to play super conservatively. But I didn't do that because I was kind of just okay with my gains for the day. I didn't want to push my luck, push my buttons. And this is Gene. This was Gene. This is the trade of the day. And I hope you guys banked off of it because I made a good amount. Could have made a lot more. Just banked about a little more than 4 grand, which is good. And CPTA, this is a long video. I just realized it. CPTA, I'm going to go over this very quickly. This was basically it had news this morning also. They had 51.1 million in repayments in Q2. So this is some solid news for the company. And looking at the chart, we ran pretty hard pre-market and after hours yesterday. And there's a lot of talk on this in the chat room today, so I had this on watch. And if we see, we actually created a symmetrical triangle from 10:02, at the high of 10:02, and the low at 9:33 in the morning. So if you connect the higher lows pattern, basically from 9:30 to 11, and then the lower highs from 9:54 to like 10:45, you can see that this is a symmetrical triangle. And I was identifying this. I was looking for entries around VWAP, which I was getting entries around VWAP. I was trying to buy during this consolidation phase, risking this level here, risking a new low, a lower low. And basically broke to the upside. I was looking for high day, but I wasn't that confident. That was my issue. I wasn't that confident. So I started selling, bought in this consolidation phase around VWAP. Started selling on the first spike, sold a little bit more as it was trading downward because I got a little nervous. I got a little bit nervous. But I actually, as you guys can see, I have some more green arrows right here. Let me get a bigger chart going. So I had some green arrows right here because I noticed that this thing was creating a bull flag. This thing was flagging above the breakout level. I know you can't really see, but bull flags creating right there. And so I bought some more shares going in, $3, $3.10, and then just sold. Basically, 311, 305, 314, 311. So it was a nice high day move. Got what I wanted out of it. And yeah, just quickly after that high day move, like I said, this market is iffy. It's not, these patterns, they're not breaking out that powerfully, that strong. And so as we can see, it broke above it. It also created a ascending triangle. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention that. I'm trying to just end this video, this long video for you guys. It actually created another ascending triangle. If we just remove this trend line, higher lows creating the same high. So once it broke above this high day point, it kind of just broke above quickly, fast. And in my eyes, I was looking to just sell because even though it could go higher, I wanted to just secure profits. And I'm very glad that I secured my profits because if I didn't, and if I was looking for it to go higher, I would have just felt, I wouldn't have felt that great because it just sold off. It consolidated, it flagged a little bit, looked like it was going to go again, but it broke below its level here and just basically just trended downward for the rest of the day. So I netted about a little over $2,000 on this one. And yeah, those are my 2 trades. Hope you guys enjoyed my quick analysis on Gene and CPTA. I know this is a longer video, 17 minutes. Wow, maybe I should try to cut that down. But yeah, haven't posted in a while. Hope you guys enjoyed. See ya.